Hi, and welcome on this channel. If you're new here, first of all, welcome. My name is Maureen, and here we talk about mindset, we talk about breathwork, and sometimes we talk about spirituality. Today's subject is about the psychology behind mean comments, hate comments. Why do people feel the need to put hate comments on social media or on the internet in general? Well, maybe you've asked yourself this question before. Maybe you have also yourself received some comments similar. And I just wanted to explain a little bit the psychology, the mindset behind it, because there has been research that have been made actually to kind of understand this phenomenon of why people are just so mean sometimes on internet, or why people actually take the time to comment online. So if you are someone who has an online presence, chances are most of your comments, most of your interactions are actually positive ones, or I hope they are. But in some cases, you can have some really negative comments, negative interactions that can really put you in a rut. All right, and that can just bring you down. Let's be clear, some comments really bring you down. Why I wanted to do this video is because recently I started to get a little bit more negative comments under some of my videos. So I drew a separation here between constructive comments that can be seen as negative, but I personally always like to take constructive comments into account, because maybe, I don't know, it can be something about my lighting, it can be something about the way I speak that I can change, and someone is making something constructive. I don't really consider that negative, right? So we're not talking about this today. Today we are going to chat about the actual mean comments that don't have anything constructive in them except hate speech. So recently I had to delete some comments that were actually promoting hate. They were hate comments, hate speech, not towards me, actually, which was very interesting, but towards other races, cultures, etc. And I do not accept these comments on my channel. I don't think anyone, should, and I think it's totally okay to actually report and delete those comments. But I'm also talking about little comments like, saying things like, you're ugly, you don't make sense, so sometimes these comments can really affect us in in our daily lives, and we just constantly think about it. And there is actually a psychology behind it, and it has nothing to do with you. So the way I see it, there are two categories of people who are putting mean comments. The first category are people who are actually tend to be more on the side of masochist, narcissist, all the people who actually are kind of master manipulators who enjoy hurting other people. So these types of people, they just like to feel like they are in control, and they take pleasures into hurting someone. The internet is the perfect place because they just don't face any consequence that they may face in their real life, in their reality. There's also the fact that they are anonymous, really makes a big difference into, what they will feel like they are allowed to say, and what they feel like they cannot say maybe in their real life. So what they're repressed in their real life, they can finally say it on the internet because it can be anonymous. Right? So this is another side of category, which I would also kind of put the hate speech comment in there, people who just have very strong opinions and values, and they like to kind of hurt people with their words or in other ways. So this will be one category. Okay, and then we have the second category. The second category is a little bit more interesting to study, because the way I see it are actually people who have kind of issues in their real life, in their reality, and the internet will kind of seem like a safe space for them to express what they cannot express in their real life. So very often people who put mean comments are people who have a little bit more trouble to be accepted socially, I don't mean people who are like, alone with 5 cats and, don't interact with anyone or things like that. Not necessarily. I mean more in the sense that these can be people who are a little bit more introverted, or maybe feel like they don't fit in, yet they still, they still can go to work, they still have an office job or things like that. I don't mean people who are completely secluded, but usually those are people who are a little bit more, distance with other people and who don't really respond to social norms. And so these people might also feel like they don't have control in their real life, right? Maybe they are having issues with a partner, like a partner is really dominant onto them, and maybe they cannot really say anything, and so they repress a lot of anger, right? Maybe at work they have a boss that they hate, and so then they start filled up with full negative emotions. And so sometimes they don't really see it socially acceptable to express this anger in public. So then they will just go online, see a video, and then they will just start to feel the need to comment. This is especially true when, someone else start commenting in negative comments, then they start feeling like, okay, it's socially acceptable to comment negatively on someone or something, so I'm gonna start doing this. So there's kind of like this, community thing going on, right? When you start seeing one comment, usually there's some others that follow, because people who want to express this anger and this negativity, they will feel like it's more socially acceptable, even online, to do it when other people are already starting to do it. And so by doing so, by diminishing other people, saying negative comments, they will feel like they have more control over the person and control to express their anger. Because in their reality, in their lives, they cannot do this. It won't be seen as socially acceptable. It won't be seen as okay. But on internet, you have the anonymity, so you can do anything you want, basically. And very often they will just express it when, there is a subject that affects them. So, or it will be someone who reflects something that they don't like. Let's say maybe the partner is really controlling. Let's say this partner has blonde hair. Then they will go check a video, let's say online, and they will see someone with blonde hair talking about something. Then they will be more inclined to actually comment something negative, because this person with blonde hair will subconsciously remind them of their partner who is super controlling, whom towards they have so much anger towards. And they will feel like, okay, I will express this anger online on this person that I don't know, who is maybe saying something I'm not relating to, but just the fact that they have blonde hair really triggers me subconsciously. So in reality, when you're having someone who puts a mean comment, it's never really about you. It's always about them. Because deep inside, everyone is really self-absorbed. Yes, we are self-absorbed. We like to think about ourselves. Sometimes we notice different things about people, but we're more focused on ourselves. So in reality, when someone puts a mean comment, something, they're more focused on themselves than they are about you. Maybe there has been something that triggers them about you. So this is why I personally never take any mean comments personally. I don't take them home with me. They don't stay rent-free in my head, because I know that these people are probably going through a rough patch, and maybe something in me reminds them of something that they hate in their lives, right? But I know that what I'm producing, I believe in. I know that the quality that I'm putting, I know what I'm saying, I believe in it. And again, if there is some constructive comments, then I will take those gladly. But if it's not constructive, then I know, and now you know, that this means nothing about you personally. These mean comments are actually bullying and harassments. So this is not something that we have to consider as normal. This is not socially acceptable. And if you are someone who have put or written a mean comment, something really hard, I want you to think twice about the actions that you're putting out there, because even if it's online, even if it's anonymous, this is also your responsibility that you have towards other people. You can affect someone's mental health in just a click, because you never know what other people are going to in their life. And maybe they just want to bring a little bit of joy with some content or with pictures they put online. And putting those mean comments, even if it's just one, can really trigger something. Because in our brain, you can have 99 comments that are positive. If there's just one negative comments, guess what? You will focus on the negative one more than the other ones. Because this is what our brain is wired to do, to focus on the negative as a protection mechanism, right? And so I hope that after hearing this episode, you will really reconsider about mean comments, the psychology behind it, and really start to look into your life and what angers you so much. Because I'm going to tell you a little thing, okay? It's been proven, there has been a lot of research around that when we are very negative and we hold on to negative emotion, we have a shorter lifespan, right? We live shorter. Those negative emotions can really affect us, can really affect our physical health and our mental health, and therefore decrease our lifespan. So if you're someone who puts mean comment out there and who have a lot of negativity, anger in them, then please let it out, do something, go to therapy, let out this anger, because it's really going to affect your life on a larger scale than what you may be thinking right now. Okay, this is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment under this video. Constructive comments only, please. And I will see you in another episode.